Hello students, welcome to part 4 of Slice of Arctic Pie. Hopefully going to get you to this point pretty soon. Um, some cool transparent type of walls that you're going to build in here with a sand floor. We're not going to mess with the top yet, and let's get back to where you are. Hold on just a second. Okay, hopefully this is where you were at. I'm pretty sure. You have a sun here reminding us where the shadows are going to go. We put a top on and clipped it to the top, and we have all of our shape layers built. Now, I don't know about you, but if you zoom in and look around, you'll notice there's little imperfections here, like little bits of things falling over, or maybe you don't have um, the correct or the everything being lined up perfectly. Let me find my tools panel here. Where's my tools? Shoot. I hate when that happens. Oh, there it is. It's right there. It's docked. Okay. Like for instance, let me just make a little example here. Like you might see a little white through parts of your image. Okay. If you go over here and select Direct Selection Tool, this arrow down here, and make sure you have the correct layer selected, the shape, not just the layer, but the shape. See how there's a square that appears when you click the shape? When you click the layer, it doesn't select it. So click the shape, and then you can click and drag any anchor point or any line segment where you want it to be. For instance, this piece hanging over here, this is from the top. I'm going to highlight the top shape, and I'm going to choose, instead of moving it, since it's hanging over, I'm going to eliminate it by finding a selection tool, and I'm going to use let's just use the pen tool. We used it earlier, pen tool. And I'm going to choose subtract from shape area, add to, subtract from, this one right here. And I'm just going to basically make a line segment out, a little square right like this. There we go. So when I deselect it, it should, notice it's disappeared. So clean it up if you want to. It's up to you. Let's move on. The water piece that you selected for the top, I want you to open that water piece again, if I can find mine. It's in here somewhere. That's not it. There's sand, there's the ocean. Open it up again and use your marquee selection tool, the rectangular marquee selection tool, and make a selection in here of the water. Copy it, and we're done with that image. So go ahead and close it. Let's go ahead and paste it. Doesn't matter where you are on your oops, not Command P, Command V. I can't believe I just did that. Doesn't matter where it is. You're going to drag it. Let's start with the right side. And with your Move tool, shortcut key V, you can move it into position and then transform it. And the best way to transform this is to go ahead and warp it, because we want it to wrap around this edge here. So I'm going to pull these handles down, kind of make it bow out just a little bit, something like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as it covers the whole shape. The whole shape. Notice the shape is hidden. And then clip it. Clip that bad boy. Let's turn it to multiply, and it'll get darker blue. And now we need to give it some Gaussian blur, filter blur, Gaussian blur. Now this part is up to you. Please don't jack the Gaussian blur up this high. We want some texture in that water, so keep it soft, but not too soft, but not too sharp either. So somewhere in here, it's up to you. I want to click OK. And now we have a right side here. I want you to do that to all the other images. Go ahead and paste, since you already have it copied. Drag it above. We're going to go the left side. And notice I can't see it. Let's drag it over here. So let's move it first. Move it first. Right there, and unclip it by holding down Alt. I'll clip that one back. There we go. Now let's move it. Now let's drag it above the left. And Command T, I'm going to stretch it somewhere up in here like this, and I'm going to warp it. So do all the others and come back in. Okay, I shouldn't have left you hanging there. I just wanted to show you one quick thing when transforming. I'm doing the inside right here. I've pasted, I've squashed it a little bit. And when I go into the transform tool, just want you to know before you go into warp, you don't have to shape it exactly like it's shaped. You don't have to cover the shape in the same way. So I have a transform. I squashed it because I'm going to put it in this piece right in here, which you cannot see right now, but it is there, the inside right. And I'm going to hold down my command key and get on this corner and just pull up. If the command key is held down, you can free transform. Just as long as your image is covering the shape you're going to clip to. So I turn that at a little bit of an angle, hit return, and hold down Alt and clip that layer inside there. Notice you can't see it, but it is there. There it is right there. If I take off the right, I can see it. In a minute, we will see it. And make sure you turn it to multiply and give it some Gaussian blur. And give it the same Gaussian blur for all 3 sides or 4 sides or however many sides you're going to do it. Now I'm going to do the last one. Paste inside left, bring it in here, Command T. And again, you don't have to make it fit perfectly. Check this out. If you hold down the control key and click the middle handle, you can skew the object. It's much easier to fit, I shouldn't say fit, but to, I don't know how you say, to distort it the way you want to see it. So I kind of match that a little bit. Again, not perfect, and double bubble clip it. Notice I missed the bottom. You see that right there? I missed the bottom right there. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that before I continue, and Command T one more time and stretch it down just a little bit. You know what I think that is? I think that the shape is not fitting right. I'll fix that in a minute. Let's give it some Gaussian blur and change it to multiply. And we should be good to go. Let's go ahead and fix that real quick. Do y'all see that right there? So remember earlier I told you to select the shape. Now this blue is clipped to this shape right here. So I'm going to select the shape layer, but I'm also going to select the shape itself so it's selected with the black line around, and use this tool down here, the direct selection tool. I can click, pull those handle points where I want them to be. Did you see that move right there? Bring this down just a little bit too. There we go. And then when you click away or change tools, see how I messed up the upper line right there? See it right there? I'm going to go back to it, select it, find that handle point. I'm going to pull it to where I think it should be. A little bit off there. Screw it, that's good enough. I'm going to go to my V tool, deselect, and voila, I have fixed it. Now once you have all your layers selected, or all your layers clipped to each shape, now let's go and make some masks for those shapes. Okay, let's continue. I want you to, let's go ahead and clip the sand to the bottom. So take the visibility icons off of everything but the bottom shape so it makes it easier to look at, and open up the sand image wherever that might be on your computer. And we want to do Command A select all, Command C to copy, Command W to close, Command V to paste. It's a little bit easier that way. Now mine pasted really big, so I'm going to have to transform it to make it fit a little bit. Now sand doesn't have arms and legs and feet and all that, so you don't really have to hold down shift. But what we do want to do is we want to create the illusion, oops, I just hit F. Let's go a little bit tighter, there we go. That the sand is moving away from us. So the way we do that is while it's in transform mode, we can hold down our command key and pull these points in. Because things that are further away from us get smaller. If that makes any sense. You want it to look like the piece is moving away from you, or that you're looking at something moving away from you. So something like that, cover the whole shape and again clip it. And this layer we're going to leave at the normal mode. Okay, go ahead and turn back on all your layers and let's work on this right side. I want to click it to select it. There it is. It should be at multiply at 100. First thing I want you to do is highlight the shape layer and drop the opacity to 70%, and you should be able to see through it a little bit, and go through and do all the other shapes about the same percentage, 70. The shape layer, not the actual image, the water image. So go through and make them all about 70%ish, and you should see some overlaps here. Inside right, where you at? There you go. I'm going to even go lower with this inside right so I can see. There we go. Looking pretty good. All right, last thing to call this complete is we're going to do something that the tutorial does not say to do, and that's really bothering me, that stupid inside right or outside right. Let's highlight it, go back to that tool, click on it. Let's try to bring it in just a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, I'll fix this eventually. But anyway, it's pretty close right there. I think it's because this is, oh, yeah. Let's put that right up in there. There we go. Anyway, I'll get this eventually. But anyway, we're going to use a liquify tool, the lovely liquify tool on these shapes. Not the shapes, but the actual texture that's selected. So we're going to go ahead and use our selection tool, V, shortcut key. Let's start with this right side. We'll highlight the shape, or the water clip to the shape, and we're going to go filter, liquify. Now this is whatever you want to do. It's up to you. Let me make this fit. There we go. I can see the water here, and you should too. If not, zoom back or zoom in. You can use the swirl effect, the wave, the smudge, whatever you want to do. Just keep in mind, when you make this image smaller, it's probably not going to fit and you have to retransform it. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of twist here. There we go, maybe just a little bit there, a little bit. There we go. I'm going to click OK, see what happens. Ooh, look at that. So we have a before and after. So go around and do all of your shapes about the same style. And load up the next video, number 5, and I'll show you how to put some stuff in it. We'll burn some sand in here. We'll tweak the top, burn some shadows, and call it done. See ya.